your car to move properly, four things must be right. As I said earlier, there are proper fuel and air mixture, good compression, proper timing, and then correct spark. What exactly do these things mean then? They sound like Greek.
Yeah, they sound like Greek.
Yeah.
For real, but that is actually what takes place inside your vehicle engine.
Okay.
Now, the vehicle engine takes in oxygen through the air intake to the engine,
Okay.
that is to the combustion chamber. Then you have a mix, depending on what powers, what type of fuel it uses,
Okay.
petrol or diesel. Now, if it is conventionally, you have a lot more petrol engines around here. So it takes in mixture of air and petrol, compresses the mixture, and then the mixture is ignited, and then that is how you have power. Now, when you say misfire, it means a cylinder that does not fire.
We will get back to that. We will get back to that. But let's look at now you talked about the compression part. Then this timing thing. I've had a situation with timing. My timing belt. One day I was just driving. It was a Honda. I didn't even know what I was. I was grooving to a Kirk Franklin song, like really grooving. Then I just said,
just went on.
So let's talk about the timing.
Well, the timing. When the timing is actually what coordinates the four-stroke cycle.
Okay.
Yeah, because you have the air coming inside the engine cylinder, which is induction. That is one stroke.
Okay.
Then you have the mixture of air and petrol being compressed. That is another stroke. Then the third one is when you have the power, when there's explosion, and then the forces, the expanding gases force the piston downwards. That is the third one.
Stroke.
Then the final and the fourth one is the exhaust.
Okay.
Where the waste product of combustion is expelled from the cylinder. Now, all these things have to be timed to occur, because if it is not timed, there's no way it's going to happen. So for air to get into the cylinder, something must happen, and it must occur at a predetermined time. That is what the timing is all about. Okay,
and the correct spark?
Yeah, the correct spark has to do with your spark plug, and then your spark coil. The strength of the spark has to be okay. If you have a weak spark, it means it cannot ignite the mixture properly. So therefore, you need a very good spark.
If one or more of the factors enumerated aren't in proper working condition, you run the risk of misfiring. There are a variety of different misfire causes that can occur that can keep a cylinder from combusting properly. Sometimes it takes a combination of issues in order to make a cylinder misfire. Other times, misfiring isn't consistent. Of course, Ben is going to explain that to us. And sometimes the cylinder will fire properly, while other times the cylinder will misfire. This depends on the type of issue and how severe the issues are. This is the question: what are the symptoms of a misfiring car?
Well, an engine that misfire, the first thing you notice is that the engine running will not be smooth, because that a particular cylinder or some cylinders are not contributing their own power. Therefore, you will also experience a vibration, like I mentioned, and then also loss of power. Now, because one or more cylinders are not contributing their own quota, the rest others are the ones carrying the load, and it's not going to be smooth enough. So you are behind a vehicle, or you find out your vehicle is just running, and then you get from the exhaust. It shows you it's misfiring. A certain cylinder is not contributing, and that is why you have that gap there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The car tips you are listening to is sponsored by Leadway Assurance PLC. So Ben, what are the things to check out when a car is misfiring?
Yeah, well, you earlier mentioned there are different classes of misfire. A cylinder that do not take in air, and then you only have petrol injected, which means you will not have that pressure. Which means even if a spark is introduced, you won't have a good combustion. Okay. That is a misfire. A cylinder that takes in air and petrol and then compress properly, and then you don't have a spark, that cylinder misfire. misfire.
How will I know that?
Yeah,
How will I know that? I'm not a mechanic.
Yeah, you're not a mechanic, but I'm trying to tell you the different types of misfire that could occur. Now, you as a vehicle owner, the only thing you notice is that the vehicle is not running smooth. It has lost power, and also the MIL, the check engine light or the service engine soon light will illuminate on the instrument cluster to warn you something is happening. And most time, when an engine misfires, the check light or the service engine soon light flashes when you try to accelerate.
Flashes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, what's the first thing I should do when my vehicle?
Well, you need to visit your mechanic. That is the first thing, because treating a misfire is not a DIY job.
Okay.
Yeah, because sometimes it could involve working on the ignition system or working on the fuel system.
Okay.
Now, any of those systems are not, are not systems where vehicle owners can easily diagnose. Now, if you go to a shop whereby they are able to run diagnosis for you, they will be able to find out exactly from the scan result that, okay, these are the cylinder, or this is the cylinder that is misfiring, or these are the cylinders that are misfiring, and what type of misfire it is. Now, if it is an ignition system misfire, there will be a code for an ignition system misfire.
Okay.
Now, if it is a fuel system misfire, there is also a code for a fuel system misfire. Now, if it's also a mechanical problem, the mechanic will determine by also running some other test on it, like doing a compression test to see if the cylinder is actually holding or building pressure. So you can see now these things are not what a DIY like.
Is it possible? It's definitely not what I can do. But is it possible for, like you said, 4 cylinders now? Is it possible for all the cylinders not to misfire at the same time?
Well, if you have all cylinders misfiring completely, you may not have a start.
Okay.
Now, if it starts, you might not be able to drive the vehicle. Yeah, because all the cylinders misfiring, that is almost a no start situation.
So which of them is the most dangerous, or which of the 4 cylinders you like? Okay, this one is. I can still manage this one.
Well, if you have before you have, let's take an ignition system misfire for instance, where maybe a spark plug has a problem. If it's only 1 cylinder, you might be able to drive with 3 other cylinders, but the vehicle will consume more petrol.
Yeah.
Now, on older system where you have 1 central ignition coil that supplies all the 4 cylinders, we're taking 4 cylinders as an example now, and then the spark coil fails, you have a no start situation. But now you have coil on plug system, which means every cylinder has its own spark coil. Okay. Therefore, if one of the coil has a problem, you still have 3 cylinders working. Yeah. That can also drive you. So it depends on what kind of misfire
it is. All right, thank you very much, Ben. On this note, we have come to the end of another 10-minute segment on